Post writer explores a day in the comfortable life of Jack Schlossberg, politics' newest and work-shy Nepo baby. Call myself a jack of all trades. Or perhaps no trades. I was the envy of the office when my editor invited me to spend a day living like Jack Schlossberg, the occasionally employed political scion most famous for warring with family members, celebrities, and strangers on social media. Some reporters get dispatched to war. One colleague tartly commented, "You'll get to kick back, relax, and do nothing." Since graduating from Harvard Law School in 2022, there's been a presumption that the 32-year-old Park Avenue-raised grandson of John F. Kennedy has been spending life on Easy Street, unburdened by bothersome school loans. Harvard Law tuition costs a cool $80,000 a year. Schlossberg has been free to spend his time paddleboarding, uploading on TikTok, and working at a surf store in Hawaii. So, news this week that he's making a bid for Representative Jerry Nadler's soon-to-be vacated seat in New York's 12th Congressional District has raised concerns. Give his resume is as slim as his 6'2" body. But the self-described silly goose is a real contender. As Zohran Mamdani's mayoral victory revealed, experience mattered less than charisma, and Schlossberg has in spades. His hundreds of thousands of social media admirers swoon as he saunters around the city, singing, cycling, and mimicking other public people. My editor asked if I was up for the challenge of living like Jack. After all, what's more Jack Schlossberg than poking lighthearted fun at someone in the spotlight? As they say, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. To be clear, we don't have much in common. He's a little younger, his hair is a lot thicker, and there's also the matter of his multi-million-dollar trust fund. But there are certain similarities. Mainly, our craving for attention and the thrill we both clearly get from seeing our images in the paper. Schlossberg doesn't shy away from his illustrious genealogy, even as Democrats cry against nepotism and white privilege. The same people who attend No King's protests have cheekily crowned Schlossberg the people's princess. Like his forefathers, the clever scion is leveraging modern media to help construct his image, one that's equal parts goofy, hip, and humorous. But some feel he's riffing a little too hard. Campaign photos that depict Schlossberg cycling across the city are an obvious tribute to paparazzi pictures of his late uncle, John F. Kennedy, Jr. It's prompted some to ask whether Schlossberg is simply taking voters for a trip, literally and figuratively. Is this entire endeavor just a vanity project? Something to keep the Camelot myth-making machine alive? Time will tell how it all turns out, as Schlossberg seamlessly maneuvers in and out of Manhattan traffic while holding both flowers and a skateboard. My attempt, a little less graceful. While many might regard Schlossberg's continual TikTok and Instagram use as a foolishness, he's meeting millennial and Gen Z voters where they are. To his credit, it's hard to break through on social media, and the Harvard grad is a brilliant meme maker. And if he's not working a job, he's certainly working his angles. Schlossberg can properly pose for selfies and shirtless shots like the one below. Disclaimer, I refuse to take my shirt off for this assignment, and your eyes will thank me for that. Schlossberg counts nearly 1 million followers on TikTok and Instagram each, and he needs the advantage. The battle to represent the 12th Congressional District is already shaping up to be uber competitive, and Schlossberg can't rely on his good looks to bring him over the line. The primary is already likely to be filled with young, romantic Democrats. Alex Bors, the 35-year-old Cornell-educated heartthrob, who currently serves in the New York State Assembly, has already thrown his hat in the ring. Yale grad and Rhodes Scholar Liam Elkind is also a possibility, as is Cameron Kasky, a 24-year-old survivor of the Parkland school tragedy. Instagram account at That Gig You Can Look Company quipped, "Is New York's 12th Congressional District about to experience the hottest primary ever?" Schlossberg announced his congressional run in a 4,500-word New York Times essay that was heavy on the details of his social media spats, but surprisingly low on talk about politics and policy. Is Schlossberg, who endorsed Zohran Mamdani, a Park Avenue populist? What does he think about the price of groceries? And what would he respond to those who accuse him of never having held a meaningful work in the district he aims to represent? It's all unclear, but the Post did remark that he loves to keep flowers in his modest one-bedroom flat in Chelsea. Rents for similar lodgings list for upwards of $5,000 a month on Zillow. The Times report was accompanied by images of the prospective politician stopping into a florist to pick up some flowers. So, obviously, I had to follow suit. Schlossberg's lack of policy recommendations has already disturbed others, including the progressive political account Notice News. The millionaire has cited a cost of living crisis, but it remains to be seen whether he can actually connect with cash-strapped millennials and Zoomers who are more apprehensive about their financial destiny. Schlossberg is an avid stand-up paddleboarder, often spotted traveling the Hudson River. So a real day in the life wouldn't be complete if I didn't follow suit. Sadly, however, I wasn't up to the task. A recent night kayak across the Hudson had me terrified, and I landed back on dry land in tears. Jack is certainly bolder than I, and standing for public office is no minor effort. Who knows how he'll fare? But when you're Jack Schlossberg, the wind is always at your back.